Yo, what's up, people? Lovers of bad songs. Mickey here to present to you, for your consideration, Final Four contestant, Illegal Alien. Now, Illegal Alien is a terrible song, as you all know. And the primary reason it is a horrible song is one I don't probably have to explain very much. It's racist. It promotes negative stereotypes. It makes light of real human suffering. It's sung with a mock Spanish accent. There's a part of the bridge that was so offensive, it actually was removed from the radio cut of the song and the video. If you don't believe any of this, just check out the video sometime. That image there is from the video. Yeah, but the thing is, to be the goat shit champion, you can't just be like a one note symphony. You can't just be bad on one thing. You have to check all the boxes, right? You have to be bad on multiple levels. So let me go into that for you a little bit. First of all, musically, the song is kind of average at best. The chorus has that annoying keyboard riff, that kind of makes you want to scratch your eyes out after a few minutes. The bridge is very long and protracted, and it has this like instrumental passage in it that goes, do 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 do. It serves no purpose. It's dull. It just kind of prolongs the agony, honestly. And then even the verses, the chord changes are sort of interesting, but the melody is sort of like this shouted. It's just the whole song is, like I said, it's average at best and kind of annoying at worst. The lyrics, as we've already discussed, are offensive. They consist of a sort of lazy, inconsistent rhyme structure, meaning like sometimes they rhyme, sometimes they don't. The rhymes aren't very good. The phrasings are kind of random. It's like they just wrote some stuff down and set it to a tune. It's lazy. And speaking of bad rhymes, we have the hook, which of course features this beauty. It's no fun being an illegal alien. Maybe you could construe that as being witty and clever, but it doesn't really work with the subject matter of the song, or it just makes it that much more kind of insensitive. Yeah. So, yes, the song musically is kind of a train wreck. It's certainly offensive and disgusting in so many different ways. It's really, but to be the goat shit champion, you also have to be a great talent. That's part of the rules. It's understood. Now, I can hear some of you saying, Genesis, great talent. Come on, they were sort of like a third level player in the rock and roll universe. I might give you that. They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, mind you, but even so, are they a great talent? But what I present for you now is the following timeline. Because when this song came out, Genesis had disbanded for a while, and in fact, the early 80s were all about Mr. Phil Collins. Okay? Genesis disbands, not very popular, it's true. 1981, In the Air Tonight comes out, a radio classic that still gets played all the time today. That album sold 5 million copies. Phil Collins, solo artist. A year later, he releases Hello, I Must Be Going, also chock full of hits. 3 million copies sold of that. That's 1982. Now 1983 rolls around, and Genesis says, let's put out an album. Really just a Phil Collins vehicle, if you think about it. Those guys are trying to ride on his coattails. So they released the album Genesis, of which Illegal Alien was a released single. That album sells 4 million copies. Do people recoil in horror when hearing what an awful person Phil Collins is for singing that song? No. The next year, he wins a Grammy with Against All Odds, the soundtrack song, 1984. And then in 1985, his biggest album ever, No Jacket Required, comes out. Wins 3 Grammys, Diamond certified. That's 10 million sales. Phil Collins was a mega star in the early 80s. He dominated that decade. You couldn't get away from him. He's still played on the radio today. He is, in fact, the 49th highest selling artist of all time, which puts him on a par with such vanquished contestants from the Goat Shit competition as Rod Stewart, Queen, Bon Jovi, Chicago, Eric Clapton, Guns N' Roses, Bob Seger, even Celine Dion. He belongs in this contest. This song belongs in this contest. Not only that, it belongs in the winner's circle. And that's what I got about Genesis and Illegal Aliens.